I know what you are, cow. You can't fool me. You think I am a fool? Pretending to be a door. You can't trick me. Hello everybody, my name is Wind, and welcome back to another episode of this thing that we're doing. As you can see, I'm in my Christmas skin. For those of you who haven't watched the other videos that are not on this Let's Play, this would be your first time seeing it. I'm all Christmased out. One new skin every episode. Isn't that right, puppy dog? I know I said last episode that I have something big planned, and I still do. How big that is might change, but that's not going to be this episode. This episode is actually going to be a lot smaller just because I've sort of been getting back into that once per week upload schedule, and I want to sort of continue that, so I'm gonna do some smaller videos here and there, just to be able to upload something. And this will mean the big projects might take even longer, so expect like more uploads but smaller projects, and then maybe a big thing happens. I don't know. But because of the nature of this, we're not going to be working in the forest. We're actually going to go back to our industrial area. Now this place is pretty bare bones, and it's going to stay sort of bare bones because it's, you know, it's an industrial area. But I have an experimental build that I worked on, and I want to put it in this world. Usually this is not something I would put in the world, and I'll talk about why after it's built. But one, I don't have that much time for this episode, and so it's kind of a rushed build. And two, the perfectionism is causing me to have these horrible upload timings where I'm just like, I need this build to be awesome sauce, I need the video to be awesome sauce, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to let it be subpar. So what are we going to build? I just want to throw in like a few details around here. A few, I mean like maybe two. And then I want to put like a big metal, not big, but this size metal warehouse right over here. It's not going to house anything, and I don't have an interior for it, but it'll just kind of fill the area in a little bit more. Basically on the lines of what this parking lot is doing and what that shipping container is doing. So with that being said, let's gather materials. Woo! I have set up a bunch of copper smelting because, well, I know the 1.21.11 update has come out, but I just updated to 1.21.10, and these updates are coming out too fast, I can't keep up. But because I've updated to this new version, we get cool things like copper bars. And that, I think that's the extent of what I'm going to be playing around with in this episode. I want to do like a proper episode where I explore all the cool copper stuff, but this will just be a tiny little dabble. And we are going to go ahead and leave the copper bars. I don't know the ideal things. I'm just going to put them two apart. Oh, that would make a giant field of this. You know what, I'm just gonna place them all like this, and hopefully it doesn't take them forever to oxidize. I fully tuned out the rain. I forgot it was there. I usually don't record when there's rain, but you know what, here we go. But as per usual, we're gonna wait for it to go to just the lightly weathered stage, so where it's like just one down from this. I think it might be the best stage for copper. Like I feel like it goes with so many things, that's the word. It works great, so we're gonna do that. And the plan is we're gonna mix it in with the regular iron bars just to like act as sort of rust, and we'll try to do like a little fencing. There's a skeleton in the forest. Haha! Haha! You fool! Haha! My archery skills best yours! I almost never use the bow. I always forget it exists because I don't usually keep it in my hotbar. It's usually the shears or the hoe. I'd probably die a lot less if I used the bow. But where's the fun in that? This rain fills me with ire. I cannot record in these conditions. That is kind of so cool. Just the silhouette of the forest at sunset, that's so cool. Oh my gosh. I don't usually stay up this late. I should probably go and sleep and also get rid of the rain. Oh, skeleton! Okay, yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Ow! What? Oh, there's a zombie in the thing! Okay, kill that thing, Sunday. You got this, woohoo! Mojang, I beg of you, please make a way to oxidize copper faster. Why must I sit here and wait? Not only is there no other way to oxidize it, it also takes a crazy long time to. Oh my gosh, the stalkers are back. Dude, what the heck? Okay, how many of, can I please look at them? That's so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Oh, 8. You're hiding back there. Can I just ignore you, or? Oh, I should probably fight you. Here we go. Aha. Oh, my sword broke. Oh no. Oh no, I'm at spawn. Alright, that did not go well at all. I seem to have lost my bow in that whole thing, so guess we're gonna use a low durability one. Use, I say. Anyways, yeah, you may notice that we have almost all of the things. Well, actually, we only need this much. And then I guess we just have 2 extras. This one got fully oxidized. But yeah, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. Like, it took me like a full like 24 hours. I think it actually was somewhere around that. Very, very annoying. But here we are. Also, thank you to Solo. He taught me that putting oxidized copper next to it helps it go faster, and it did. And it was awesome. It was noticeable. So while the copper was oxidizing, I went ahead and got all the other resources we're going to need for all the building today, except one, which we'll get to that later. But for now, we're going to get these iron bars over here, and I want to put some chain fencing around these tank things. I think it's just a nice detail. This building lacks quite a bit of depth, so it'll probably help it out. Speaking of depth, that's kind of the theme of this whole episode, or lack thereof, but we'll get to that soon. For now, let me build this fence and see what we think. So this is literally just an L shape of iron bars with a bit of copper tossed in there. And I think it works really well as like rust and stuff. It reads so well. But yeah, this is, ouch, okay, hello. But yeah, it's just a little fence. It's really nothing to write home about, so we're gonna move on quickly. Now the next thing I want to go ahead and add in this area is just a little bit of greenery. A bit of like a tiny little patch of grass with a few like somewhat manicured trees. Manicured the right word? I hope so. But yeah, this will help to sort of fill in the space a little bit more. As much as I want it to be like pretty open, I need it to not be completely open. I need it to be, you know, sectioned, I guess. And in the end, because of that, it'll look a lot better. I hope, at least. Isn't this crazy, Sunday? We're going straight into one montage to another? That's wild. Oh my gosh. I wonder when that's gonna happen, right, Sunday? Why are you going away? Sunday? Aren't you excited about the second montage? Alrighty, we have trees. This is extremely simple. We've got just some very, very basic tiny trees. They're a bit unkept, but not entirely. And then we have this sort of attempted to be kept lawn here, but it's a bit messy. But yeah, this is just a little bit of a greenery in this area, and it's just gonna make this kind of feel like one tiny little area instead of just plopped into this grand open world, if that makes any sense. But enough messing around. We have a fence, we have some greenery, and now it's time to actually build the freaking build that we're gonna build in this building video. Guys, we're building. Hold on, everybody, we're not building just yet. You see, I'm a fool. So one of the main blocks we're gonna need for this build is polished basalt. And I had a bunch of basalt, and I tried to make it into polished basalt, but I smelted it in a furnace, which made it into smooth basalt, and so now I have no basalt. This means we must venture into the nether. And, oh hey, wait, when did my bow come back to me. What the heck? Okay. Anyways, we have to go to the nether, is what I was saying. First things first, we must get our gold armor. Chestplate probably makes the most sense, I guess. And it should probably be the fire protection one. However, this has more durability, so that's what we're gonna use. I always make the mistake of not wearing the gold armor in the nether, and I die. This armor looks way too big for me. I look like a toddler wearing an adult's clothes. What the heck? I don't fit in this, guys. Oh yeah, I should also make a new sword. There we go. Now I can fend from it. Oh wait, and I should also get a shield. Look at me being prepared. I'm almost never this prepared. Alright, Nimbus, wish me luck. You're so cute, you know that? Here we go. What? Oh, okay, that was that arrow. What was that arrow? Why is there arrows? Here, okay, sure, fine. Oh, I didn't bring nether warts. No, not nether warts, the warped fungi. I might have to deal with hoglins. And I don't really want to do that. So the plan is we're going to go to the Soul Sand Valley and not the basalt. Dude, what? There's a whole like civilization over here. Hello? Okay, you know, that's fine. Hey, we're all chill. Yeah, so the plan is to go to a Soul Sand Valley and not a basalt delta. I cannot say a sentence in the nether. Leave me alone. Haha! The beast has been slayed. We're going to a Soul Sand Valley to get basalt and not a basalt delta, which would be smarter, but I don't know where a basalt delta is, and we don't actually need that much. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn up my brightness so it's actually viewable. Video be viewable, yes? Yeah. Dude, there's beasts everywhere. Leave me alone! Leave me alone! I've also taken the longest route to a Soul Sand Valley, but oh well, it works. We'll make it, hopefully. Warped fungi now has been obtained. But here we go. That's a skeleton. We're also probably going to have to deal with ghasts. But here's what I'll do. I'm just going to take the scaffolding, go up, and then just dig this whole pillar down. Well, that went smoothly. There's a whole bunch of basalt down here, but we already have a stack, and we don't really need much more. So we'll probably just leave this in case I need more. But now that I think about it, how do you craft it? Okay, it's just it's a 1-to-1, basically. So we're good to go on polished basalt. Yippee! And nothing will go wrong as I attempt to leave the nether. Oh hey, nothing went wrong. Wow! So, okay, hello. I think I found where those arrows came from. You scallywag. Haha. Bested yet again. Ignore my last encounter with them. That didn't happen. Alright, we can get out of this clunky armor. Alright, now that we have our polished basalt, we can finally move on to building the warehouse. Okay, it's done. And I think you can start to see by now why this is an experimental build. What I did with this one is something I already did with this one, but I didn't intend for it on that one, I'll be honest. But here we are. As you can see, outside of like the empty doorway, the glass, and just a few boxes in the front, this is a completely flat build. Oh yeah, and this garage thing. Forgot about that. But yeah, there's not much depth going on here at all. And the idea is that you're never really up close to this build, or I wouldn't want anyone to be, and you would see it from somewhere back here. And the idea is those are supposed to be like, this is supposed to be a metal warehouse, and like those are the ridges, and it's like paneling, something like that. And I hope that reads, I hope that comes across. I can see it, but that might just be because I built it. But yeah, what do you guys think? I have also added this gravel pathway, and I've added some coral in it, which I'm thinking I should remove because it's too noisy and it makes it stand out a bit too much, I think. I think if it was just gravel, it would be a lot more subtle and it would look nicer. These are just kind of areas that get worn down, like weathered a lot by people. Weathered by people, sure, that's what I said. If that's incorrect, I don't care, you get the point, hopefully. But yeah, I also didn't put a door in here because I couldn't find a door that I liked that would fit. So I just left it empty. And I guess it's a bit noticeable, but I don't think it's that noticeable. It's just like, that's a doorway, okay. Yeah, we just have a garage back here. The very flat on the back. I have nothing back here. And then here's just plain wall. But there we go. We did a build. We did a build this week. The upload schedule is hopefully saved. But with all of that being said, let me know what you guys think of the build. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Oh boy, we're ending it now. This is the outro. Say bye.